Life Audio.
Welcome to the Crosswalk Devotional. We're glad to have you listening. Today's topic is a mother's endurance. We'll return with the devotional after a brief message from one of our sponsors.
Hey, Harker Heights, there's a new 7-Eleven in town, now open at 307 East FM 2410 Road. Find all your favorites like Big Bite hot dogs, pizza, taquitos, Big Gulps, and Slurpees. Everything you need to get back on the go. Check out what's new with coffee from 7-Eleven, and be sure to grab one of our delicious fresh bakery items like a cookie or muffin. Visit the new 7-Eleven now open at 307 East FM 2410 Road, and download the 7 Rewards app to score free food and drinks.
Hey there, it's Nicole Eunice, host of the How to Study the Bible podcast, where every single week we join together to encounter God through His Word. You can subscribe at lifeaudio.com.
The Source of a Mother's Endurance, written and read by Meg Bucher. When troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. James chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. I'm so tired. The dots on my text app continued to bounce up and down, which I knew meant something might be wrong. A type 1 diabetic, my daughter's high blood sugar alarm had been disrupting class for most of the afternoon. She was undoubtedly tired, mentally and physically. However, she's a teenager who loves to tend to her introverted tendencies instead of the clamor of school on a typical Monday. This verse from James pulled the emotions from my heart as I considered the challenge of motherhood, which now underlines every day. The empathy in my heart for my daughter wants to lead the way, pick her up from school, and snuggle her until all the things plaguing her dissipate. And some days I do. The wise mama God has developed knows the true endurance He produces in us as we walk faithfully through the trials we are given on this earth. Sometimes I allow her to find a way to make it through the day. Honestly, I lean on His wisdom to know which day needs which. When we do our best to obey and follow the Lord, He is faithful to work out the rest. Opportunity for great joy. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and He will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking. James chapter 1, verse 5. The opportunity for great joy lives in the belly of our burdens, because joy exceeds the fleeting feeling of our emotions. I was never so emotional until I became a mother. Sentimental tears ooze from me at any moment, especially on the first day of school each year. Joy, in context of the original Greek word James chose, means joy, gladness, the joy received from you, the cause or occasion of joy, of persons who are one's joy. Watching my daughters grow up is the most exponentially joyous part of my life outside of my relationship with Jesus. They are miracles. They are not mine, yet I get to witness and watch them bloom into the girls God created them to be before my eyes. Faith is tested. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world, and they are unstable in everything they do. James chapter 1, verses 6 through 8. It's impossible not to waver as the waves of life crash onto the shores of our daily reality. God remains sovereign and unsurprised by the diagnosis, heartbreak, loss, and unfairness of this world. The ESV Study Bible notes remind us why we count it all joy when our faith is tested. God is sovereign over all things, including trials. We can trust Him as the waves batter our shores. He meets us in the disability we face and walks it through us. His compassion and encouragement are unworldly. He knows how to hold us in comfort and coach us onward. When we trust and cling to Him daily, the weight of the world dissipates. Endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. James 1, verse 3. Letting go as my daughters grow is difficult. The more I let go, the more thrilling and fun the next chapter is. Tempting as it is to cling to the past and mourn the loss of the days gone by, joy is laced into the future God has prepared. As my trust in the Lord grows, His joy overtakes my whole countenance. It cannot be stolen, and I cannot be shaken, though the waves of the world will continue to crash upon our shores. I can let go and trust my efforts as a mom have been guided by the good Father, Creator of the universe. My endurance as a mother comes from the time I spend clinging, talking, and praying to God. He has held me in the hard moments when no one else can cease a flood of tears. Intersecting faith and life. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive a crown of life that God has promised to those who love Him. James chapter 1, verse 12. The habit of carving out time to pray and read scripture is crucial. I remember locking the bathroom door to steal 5 minutes with God in my Jesus Calling devotional. He met me there as my littles pounded on the door and filled me with the wisdom and encouragement I needed for that day. Whatever the season, I vowed to put Him first, even if all I could do was roll over and pray in between hitting the snooze button. He knows the effort of our hearts. He loves us completely, and He is for us. Let's never forget how much He loves us and cheers us on. The source of a mother's endurance will always be our good, good Father in heaven. The one who holds us securely in His arms can be trusted. Further reading. James chapter 1, verses 9 through 11, and verses 16 through 18.
The Crosswalk Devotional is a production of Life Audio and Salem Media. If you liked what you heard today, please take a second to rate and review this podcast in your favorite podcast app so that more listeners like you can find the show. For more faith-filled, inspirational podcasts, visit us at lifeaudio.com.
Hey, Harker Heights, there's a new 7-Eleven in town, now open at 307 East FM 2410 Road. Find all your favorites like Big Bite hot dogs, pizza, taquitos, Big Gulps, and Slurpees. Everything you need to get back on the go. Check out what's new with coffee from 7-Eleven, and be sure to grab one of our delicious fresh bakery items like a cookie or muffin. Visit the new 7-Eleven now open at 307 East FM 2410 Road, and download the 7 Rewards app to score free food and drinks.